So where is the something here? See where's the sound at? Speakers are plugged in. Um, let's try this again. Just trying to get the sound here, you guys. I don't. Let's try this one more again. goodness. Greetings and welcome to where everything is an argument, you guys. I tried something new this time. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. The audio from that video is low. Can you all hear me with this microphone here? If not, I'll go ahead on and take it out. Let's see, it says, let me just check the audio levels. Okay. It's low. All right, let me see if I can crank it up a notch. Let's see. Let's see here. I will, what I'll do is I'll take this one off and use the other one. Give me 1 second. Unmute my mic. All right. There we go. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. How's everyone doing? I tried to, do a little update, you guys, with my microphone. And we'll work on it. We always have a new technology innovation thing to discover every time we turn on. Well, welcome to Everything's an Argument, where we can agree to disagree. How is everyone doing today? It is February 25th. It's Thursday. Yes. And today's tea is jasmine tea. Yes, we have jasmine tea for today's arguments. It's quite a few. I'll say, you guys, guess what I did? Oh, I went and got me a blowout. I didn't took my earring out, so excited about talking about my blowout. Yeah, shots out to, I'll get the card in a few seconds, but it's a Dominican blowout. I went and got that yesterday. I added some rollers last night because it was a little too flat, I like a little bit of volume, not too much, like turn my mic up, I like a little volume, but not too much. So I did let them know that I will tell my audience that I got me a Dominican blowout, and they might appreciate that. I tried to, bring those fashions. How do you like my, I went in my closet and found this vest here. Is it still in trend? I don't know. It's getting hot outside, you guys. It's getting hot. So I want to be able to follow the trends, the fashion trends. So please let me know if, if this is in style or not. Hello, Blue. How are you? That is my budgie, Blue. I am a mom bird. Yes, I have two birds, Blue and Butterscotch. Yes, so Butterscotch might make her debut soon. I don't know, but Blue, do you want to join us? He definitely makes his debut. Well, anyway, that's enough of that. It is still Black History Month. Yes, it's still Black History Month. We have a couple days left. Yes, it's still Black History Month. We have a couple days left, so don't forget that. And with that being said, the clip that I introduced at the start of the show, that is from the Booker T. Washington Museum. Yes, so be sure to, read up a little bit about Booker T. And I'll tell you what, it's something when you have your boots on the ground at the plantation. Yeah, it's something about that feeling, when you're actually have your boots on the ground at the plantation. Um, it's something that I think each individual has to experience for themselves. And considering I went through a very traumatic experience and torture with these tech giants, when I had my feet on that plantation over there at the Burroughs Plantation, where Booker T. Washington somehow was born a slave and free at the same time. Yeah, just thinking about that and just thinking about the torture that they had to sustain and the abuse and just kind of what I went through also. I was just like, you know what? Whew, this was a lot. This was a lot to endure, you know. So just want to share that, and to know Black History Month is still here, and we need not to allow things to just fall by the wayside. The conditions that we have faced here on this soil, you know, we're not talking about in Europe, we're not talking about Russia. We're talking about here in America, on American soil. Yeah, because some of this needs to definitely be rectified, you know, with an equitable resolution, not the Equality Act. So we'll get to that. But anyway, how's the weather there? Here it's nice and sunny, and I hope it's nice and sunny out there in Texas, in Houston, Texas, and all across Texas. I hope, hi, how are you? I hope it's hot and warm over there to melt some of that snow. You know, that was just so unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. And I talked to some family members and some friends, and I am just, I, I'm speechless. But I will say it does have the same elements as Hurricane Katrina. You know, it has those elements there. And unfortunately, Elon Musk, that Tesla Energy, wasn't able to help keep the power on, you know, and everything's big in Texas. But, you know, Houston, we have a big problem. We got to get with this because now we have water issues on top of, you know, the pre existing conditions of displacing millions of people, you know. But we don't see that a part of the Equality Act. We'll get to that. But I want to, because you guys already know, I do not live my life based on quotes, but I did want to share. I always share from a book. You know, I don't share from other people, you know, like the politicians usually use. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. We can't turn it down a little bit, you know, we can turn it down a little bit. Yeah, but I don't like to, you know, do as the politicians, and they use the people's quotes to carry them on because they don't have any work that they have actually put down to carry themselves. So they continuously use the quotes of the other people to try to carry them. So we'll pick a quote for today, and it says here, outside the comfort zone, and this is, I want to stay as close to the edge as I can without going over. Out on the edge, you see all kinds of things you can't see from the center. And this is from Kurt Vonnegut Jr. Vonnegut Jr. Yes. I want to stay as close to the edge as I can without going over. Out on the edge, you see all kinds of things you can't see from the center. So that's today's, it's always seems impossible until it's done. Yeah. Let me know how you guys like my blowout. Please excuse my curls. They're just having a little bit time of their own. You know, I tell you, I'm always trying to make sure that appearance, because, you know, we have to, the appeal, everything has to appeal, you know, for the feeling, even if it doesn't feel good, as long as it looks good, you know. So I just want to make sure I'm bringing that look. Let me get that spotlight together so, you know, we can, bam. Okay, all right. All right. So moving right along in today's arguments, you guys, they are stacked, but I'll start off in order. We'll go with the agriculture first. Well, it is Black History Month still, and I have some agriculture news coming from the Black farmers. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I have a few Black farmer friends, and I'll sip to that. And in fact, some of my Black farmer friends were the first ones to those peach trees. Yes, indeed, those peach trees. But let me get to the news. The Black farmers are not satisfied with the Senate. And this was due to them silencing on the USDA civil rights at a VALSIC hearing earlier this month. So it was $30 billion. They said is just floating around DC and nothing specifically for Black farmers. However, they said, my source, I will not reveal my source because I keep my sources protected. They says, however, they're not at all surprised, but they're very disappointed. And I will say to that, meanwhile, you have Bill Gates out here who's bought up all the farmland. And, not only that, he's even taken it a step further and providing, extensive medical recommendations to the world with no type of license, not even a certificate. I tell you, sometimes when those software programs really get to your head, it really gets to your head. How about it, And it's no virus protection software. Look at what we're going through right now. How about it? How about it? Well, I will also share on some more agriculture news. Be sure to support your local farmers. Local farmers is where it's at, right now. Local farming. And, in fact, if you feel like you're ready to, hey, give a little planting a try, go ahead on and do that, Well, moving right along, because the arguments, yes, the arguments are definitely stacked right now. And politics. Whew. We'll start with this one. I'm not sure people understand the power of their vote. We're still dealing with that, the power of the vote. Power of your vote. And considering, let me get my book. A lot of people have their little black books for Black Mail Day. And let me show you which book I have for every day. Right here. This is my go-to, that Constitution. I tell you, I use it faithfully. I hold this to my heart. I do. Because right now, I'm not sure if it's still a living document. Is this still a living, breathing document? Is it still alive? Or did it die out on doomsday when the Biden election glitch administration took office? Let's find out. Well, considering they rounded up their You Ain't Black to go and cast that vote, what's come out of it? The only thing is to designate the undocumented, or well, shall we say the illegal, to now designate them and elevate their status to non-citizen. How about that? You have actually accomplished something for someone else other than yourself. How about it? Give yourself a round of applause. You can't, hey, don't upset. Don't be upset. I cannot say if those $2,000 stimulus is coming, but we do know what? That caravan is here. The illegal aliens, as they once were, are here. We don't know an undisclosed amount because we don't know how many are here. But what we do know is they have elevated their status from illegal to non-citizen because they don't want to dehumanize them. But meanwhile, is You Ain't Black not dehumanizing? How about that? Moving right along. Tech talk. Okay. I'm gonna save that one. Let me get back to some more politics real quick. We have some more politics. Okay. Democrat Representative David Cicilline from Rhode Island. He introduced a bill during the 116th Congress, H.R. 5. He introduced this back on March 13th, 2019, the Equality Act. Okay. An act to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, gender identity, and sexual orientation, and for other purposes. Discrimination can occur on the basis of the sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or pregnancy, childbirth, or related medical conditions of an individual, as well as because of sex stereotype. Each of these factors alone can serve as the basis for discrimination. Of each is a form of sex discrimination too. Discrimination against a married same-sex couple could be based on the sex stereotype that marriage should only be between heterosexual couples, the sexual orientation of two individuals in the couple, or both. Discrimination against a pregnant lesbian can be based on her sex, her sexual orientation, her pregnancy, on the basis of multiple factors. The LGBTQ people commonly experience discrimination in securing access to public accommodations, including return to senior citizen home, stores placed, the stores that they want to go to, and entertainment, healthcare facilities, shelters, government offices, youth services. This discrimination prevents the full participation of LGBTQ people in society and disrupts the free flow of commerce. They use the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to invoke the powers under the 14th Amendment to provide full range of remedies in response to this issue. I have a lot of concerns with this. First and foremost, this H.R. 5 is discriminatory within itself. Equality. The price of freedom. The price of freedom has yet to equal equality here in the United States of America. So if we really want to be real with ourselves and deprogram, like Katie Couric said, let me turn the light on so we can actually see here so we don't get anything confused. Okay. So again, freedom has yet to equal equality here in the United States of America, Representative Cicilline. Okay? So with that, I think if you want to consider some Equality Act for anyone, you need to make sure you consider Equality Act for everyone. And if anything, consider an Equality Act for the You Ain't Black that you guys have pretty much set up here and made a mockery of, you know, with trauma, with your trauma-based approach. That has yet to work. It sure won't work in a big tech environment. Trauma brings a lot of misinformation, what we have right now. And it started with a traumatic experience back in 2016 from the presidential election, you know, when someone apparently took out the wrong insurance policy, assuming the wrong position that they would be in the White House, occupying a seat. Equality Act, you know. Cicilline, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you pertaining to this act because I have a lot of questions about it. Who was going to be paying for this? For the free flow of commerce. You know, because right now, big tech free flow of commerce needs to come on through. So who was the person that you guys were going to put, you know, sacrifice to bring forth this bill? That's what I want to know, Cicilline. Who was the sacrificial lamb for this bill, Cicilline, for your Equality Act here in the United States? Was it big tech? Because if anything, you guys need to ensure that you bring forth some equity and an equitable resolution for that pre-existing condition, that glitch, that simple glitch that came about before your Equality Act, and it appears that this Equality Act might need to, go down the list of measures and hearings that you introduced, because a lot is similar and parallel to a lot of events that I went through. And it wasn't for an Equality Act. You understand? It was to advocate for the deaf of the hard of hearing, to ensure closed captioning regulations. Yeah, let me put a little bit of lipstick on here for that. Yeah, that's what that was for. That no one ever heard, apparently. But now you guys have a circle back, Well, politics as usual. What can we say here? But the Ponzi scheme is over. So pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Everyone should pick up the pieces and come clean of your position that you assumed in this. Because again, freedom has yet to equal the Equality Act. Okay. Moving right along to some tech talk. And I couldn't wait for this segment because guess what? I talked about the tech talk during the politics talk. Yes, but the tech talk. This tech industry, you guys, this tech industry is very much so, in the words of Rihanna, savage. Okay. This is so savage. This industry. It's really disheartening to know that, you had to be glitched out and bring forth a claim to the courts in order for anyone to even give you a consideration as to why would they try to ruin your career and your pursuit of happiness in such a way in which, they have yet to perform it. Well, yesterday, Zinger gave a tech conference, online tech conference. And, these tech conferences need to start on time. But again, that's something we can work out with this broadband deal. As you can see from Everything's an Argument, we always have some type of difficulty getting started. Yes. So this was a big tech conference to shape our society, to come and consider diversity in tech. And it was said during the conference that tech affects the lives of each of us and has a role to play in shaping the future and having an occupation in the tech opportunities in the tech industry. Yeah, that comes from Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. Yeah. Well, I'm just a little disappointed at Zinger in this tech talk, simply because it appears a lot of my American literature was kind of sorted through and picked apart and, picked out of what you guys want to discuss. And Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, for you to just disregard my concern as such and to talk at this tech talk as if, you have been so immersed in the concerns of people, it's baffling. Are you really worth the face card that you put on the stream yesterday? Are you really worthy of those words that were coming out of your mouth? I want to see more tech talk. Thanks to NBC, they showed how a glitch is possible. It's unfortunate. Again, this tech industry is very savage. It's very savage. And to have Mignon Clyburn there at the panel yesterday in talks with the FCC, and she gave her unicorn expression. I suppose my uniqueness was never, it wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be unique. My uniqueness in presenting my concerns for big tech there, I'm not sure. And to the Brookings Institute, unfortunately, back in December 14th, 2016, you guys didn't have the answers either. So Dr. Nicole Turner Lee, you might want to ask them about the email I sent and catch up on that one. That was probably prior to you getting to the Brookings Institute. But again, if I wouldn't have documented all of these savage beast like barbaric tactics used against me to glitch me out, and mind you, I'm still glitched out, to glitch me out, to proposition yourselves up there as if you care about the industry. Wow, I'm glad I know better. And I'm glad I'm able to share this with the people, so they are aware of what the real deal is here. Once again, I'm an American. You understand? I didn't migrate here. This is my home, and you will respect me in my home. So that goes for everyone who's played and had their unclean hands in that cooperative deal of human destruction here, as what we see right now, And quite frankly, I'm just a little bit taken back that the Pearls and Chuck's VP, woman of color, I shall say, I don't know, that she didn't usher in a big tech with her sisters, her stomp sisters. Yvette Clarke says she has a lot of sorority sisters that need big tech jobs right now. So why wasn't Kamala, her Pearls and Chucks, why didn't they usher that big tech deal in? Considering she was the first person to tackle tech, right? With that big antitrust with Microsoft, what was it, 25 years ago? Yeah. You guys should have piggybacked off of her moves that she made. But what did you have to do? You have to circle back to someone with some prior experience. Yeah. That sounds like Biden's, the press secretary, when she said she had to circle back. Yeah, I guess so. Whenever your hands are unclean, sometimes you got to go back to and wash them with some disinfectant. Yeah. Well, moving right along to some greater tech talk, because I'll share one thing. Listen, what I started will always continue. You understand? No matter how many forces are against me. And guess what, you guys? Little do you guys know, I've had the greatest amount of forces ever. Google, it doesn't get any greater of a force than Google and their minions that keep on, just their measures of contamination in Paula. But I'm glad I have this universal water filter right on time. Yes, a universal water filter. It's right on time to go ahead on and clean all that contamination up. Yeah, we can start here in Washington, D.C. How about it? Yeah, got a new project coming. I have a new project coming. Yes, this is smart water. Smart water. That's what we're dealing with. Smart water. Why not? We got to keep it moving. Yes, got to clean this contamination up. Yes, we got to clean it up. So, considering, I've bought in I'm the pioneer for the digital pioneer. I'll go ahead on and kick off my smart water project. Yes, and I'll keep you guys posted. We can definitely tackle this together because Texas, you have a lot of water out there you got to clean up. We still dealing with Flint. Here in Washington, chances are you hit or miss if you get a not so sewage smell in the morning. But again, we pay 5 cents for the bag tax to help accommodate that smell. Yes. So I will be doing those adventures now. So please feel free, send me an email, and we're cleaning up. We are cleaning up. It's time to clean up. It is time to clean up. Yes, it's time to clean up. And then some more tech talk, you guys. I have this great thing here. This is it's a drone. Yeah. So I will be going to use that, not here in the city because you can't fly them here. So I'll be going to the next state over, Maryland or Virginia, to go and test my drone out. Yeah. And that way I can bring you some footage from above. Yeah, because they've been hitting below the belt. They've been hitting below so much. They sure have, you guys. They sure have. But I tell you, yes, this tech talk can be very. Whew, tech talk is serious, you guys. Tech talk is serious. And guess what? I walk and talk tech. I sure do. I walk, talk, live it, breathe it, wake up with it on my mind. I sure do. hmm And nothing gets past this stream without me recognizing it. Yeah, that's how I'm able to catch all the unclean hands that keep on wanting to contaminate the waters, because they said that they need to, what is that? Let me get that verbiage because I don't want to put the wrong word out there. Yes. So they need that for their free flow, of information or whatever to participate. Yes, well, guess what? This is a free marketplace. This is a free marketplace. And if anybody's been kicked out, it's definitely the You Ain't Black that's been kicked out and pushed to the side. Yeah, so if you want to do an equality act, include the You Ain't Black that you galvanize and mobilize to go and get the votes for you, and don't just use them for traumatic experience and trauma based approaches to give them a social justice reform package deal when you have an equality act for the LGBTQRSTUV community that's very discriminatory. And guess what you guys forgot to include in your equality act? The hair. People discriminate on hair. Yes. How about that? You forgot to include that. Yes. Unfortunately, I went and got my Dominican blowout, because if I didn't get my Dominican blowout, then I would be back at my natural roots, my curly look, my natural look down to my roots. And they don't really like that. That look gives them some type of alternative feel. And I'll even say, so far as, over last weekend, we experienced some discriminatory practices based on the hair. My teen, she had a great life learning lesson pertaining to the hair and discriminatory practices. Well, we stayed at two different hotels on our educational trip that we did. And the first place we stayed was the motel. And she was not, she wasn't happy about that because it wasn't a great look, but she had fixed her hair up really cute. And she has these twists, these extensions, and it requires a little like moisture to keep it together. So at that motel, she kind of soiled the pillow with her moisturizer from the extensions. And she was looking at me. She's like, "Oh goodness, I soiled I got this on the pillow." I was like, "Well, don't worry about it. It'll wash out. It'll wash out. It's not any hair dye or anything like that. It's just a little moisture." But she complained about that hotel because, the appearance, but we just needed a place to rest our head, take us a shower, and get to our destination the next day, and that was it. Well, we got a second hotel, you guys, and this one because of the name and the look. And lo and behold, when it was checkout time, do you know, I had just expressed to the tenant that I will definitely come back. The stay was great and things like that. And do you know, she says, "Well, I'm going to go check the room." I says, "Okay, all right." So she goes and checks the room, and she comes back with the pillow. Yeah, with the pillow, to tell me that she has a pillow in the pillowcase in her hand, to say that due to their new policy, that I would have to pay for the pillow because the hair moisture would not come out in the wash. How about that? So I shared all of that to say your Equality Act, it can revisit a lot of discriminatory practices. If you want to, present this on the basis of discrimination, You know, everyone is discriminated against every day. Congress has discriminated against us right now by putting up the barricades and leaving, blocking us out. We, the people who pay for them to have such a grand time up there doing nothing, you know? So yeah, add the hair into your Equality Act, and that will work out. You know, like I said in my official Google Docs, yeah, I told you guys sometimes my hair isn't straight, but thanks to the Dominican blowout, you know, I have it's straighter now. Oh, and it is a little long, you know. I do have yeah, this is my hair. It's mine, you know. It didn't come from the anus of a horse. It's mine. How about it? Yeah. But yeah, so add the hair to your Equality Act. Add the You Ain't Black to your Equality Act. And you can also add how you will figure out a way to bring equality to the You Ain't Black in this tech industry. I understand that Yvette Clarke, her sorority sisters, need a job in this tech industry, and they're kick ass and could use a job. But I know a lot of people too that are kick ass and that could use a job too in big tech that are Black, you know. Because remember, again, you ain't the Black people. You've been, you know, this is what you've been fighting for all this time. So you say. But meanwhile, only person that's been designated an upper class status are the illegal aliens. They're now non-citizens. How about that? Now that's an Equality Act for you. I tell you, that's the greatest circus act on the planet right now. And this isn't the Planet of the Apes, by the way. Yeah, this isn't the Planet of the Apes. You know, for you alleged shapeshifters. But we won't spill the beans on that. Well, I tell you guys, that's all the arguments I have for today. It's a lot going on still here, you know. As best as you can, just keep your peace, you know. I did want to share. Try this out. The next time you cook, try to invite everyone to the table, you know, at home, like where you all like try to invite everyone to the table to come and eat and things like that so you can all have a chat, to bring just some type of I guess compassion back into your home, because you don't want any division in your home. Oh, and games are always great. I have these jacks. I like to keep it kind of old school, you know. Old school never goes out of style, by the way, you know. Old school never goes out of style. Yeah, I have jacks. So, you know, always games. You know, I spoke with one of my soul sisters, you know, and she informed me that she had gotten some board games for her children. So, you know, that hey, the games always come in handy as a way to, you know, get the kids engaged kind of away from their smart devices a little bit. In fact, my teen, I took her smart device away. Yeah, but she has a tablet right now, so I'm not sure it really helped, right? I tell you, it's a battle with the tech space. It really is. It's a battle with the tech space. You take away the smartphone, they still have a tablet, you know, but you need the tablet because of homeschool, you know, because we're doing homeschool. So you need that to get your lessons, you know. So it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. But yes, Blue. Okay. But I guess that's my cue. It's time for to cut off now. I'm talking enough. That's it. Well, thank you for tuning in to where everything's an argument. We can agree to disagree. And guess what, you guys? Just go outside, remove your mask, breathe in some fresh air, exhale, raise your vibrations. Yeah, raise your vibrations. And don't forget, Bill Gates doesn't have a PhD nor a doctorate degree, and he doesn't have a license to provide all of these recommendations. Have a great one. Peace.